All right, good afternoon, everybody. Scott Comagene for the New York State Senate. Today, it's Sunday, it's March 22nd. I am up in SOTUS, and we are once again protesting the fact that in SOTUS last week, there was an incident where two people were grabbed by ICE after being notified by SOTUS police during a traffic stop. And this is something that we don't want to have happen. We want to make sure that, we don't know that there was a warrant out for these guys' arrests or not for ICE, and I don't think there was. You had collusion between the local PD and ICE, and that's damaging to the community. It's creating more fear, more anxiety in the community than we need. And so we are out here today and protesting that. And I'm going to turn it over here.
Down with deportation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation. Down with deportation. Down with deportation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation. Down with deportation. Down with deportation. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. This racist system has to fall. This racist system has to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. This racist system has to fall. This racist system has to fall.
All right. Thank you. Up next, we have Minister Green. Please step right up. Please with the Wayne Action for Racial Equality. Please introduce yourself.
I didn't mean to drip the water on you. All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Earl Green. I'm the pastor of the Church of Christ in Rochester, Northside Church of Christ, and I'm the president of the Wayne Action for Racial Equality. Where, listening to all that is taking place and all that has been said, I want to say first that it's refreshing to see a number of you, all of you here today, standing together as a community, supporting one another, encouraging one another, and pushing each other forward. But I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. We have been here before. And I'm speaking from the perspective of an African-American man. Understanding the history in this country. Understand what we are going through today is not new to us. It may be new to some of us because a lot of us did not have to endure the oppression and the hardship of black and brown people in America. Understand, I'm speaking from a place of passion. Understanding that ICE and what this administration is doing is racist, and everything that is happening is based on white supremacy. Yes. It is a system that has kept this country below and beneath our own dignity for too many years.
Amen.
Police departments in this country was birthed out of slave patrols. So I'm not surprised when local police and sheriffs support ICE. I'm not surprised about that because we already know that this administration has already given the green light for ICE to racially profile people. You don't have to be a criminal. You don't have to be anything but black or brown, and they will snatch you off the streets. So this is not new to me. From the time of slavery to the time of the Civil War to the time of post-slavery to Reconstruction to Jim Crow to the Civil Rights Movement, we've been fighting. And we're still fighting, and as a resilient people, we will not give up.
Yes.
And I thank God that we have a group of people here who have long time been allies to the black and brown community.
Yes.
So I give you my thanks. I give you my respect. Because as long as we stand together as a people, it doesn't matter whether we're black. It doesn't matter whether we're brown. It doesn't matter whether you're white or Asian, but when people stand together, change happens. History has already shown us that when the people stand up, when the people stand together, when the people voices are heard, change in this country takes place. So I stand with you. Let's continue to pray for these families. Let's continue to pray for all those who have been and are being detained. Because we already know the lawlessness of this administration. And as I told my church, if we think it won't happen to us, and what I mean by that is don't just think about the brown people that they're snatching up. Y'all saw what happened in Minnesota. You saw what happened. So it doesn't matter whether you're black or brown. If you are in support of righteousness, if you are in support of justice, if you are in support of equality, it doesn't matter what color you are, they will try to stop you. And that's why it's important for us, black, brown, white, Asian, doesn't matter. It's important for us to stand together. Stand solidarity. So with that, may God bless you, may He keep you, and let's keep the fight going. Don't give up.
No KKK, no fascist USA.
No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA!
No ICE, no KKK, no fascist USA.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be
Always.
defeated. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
El pueblo unido jamás será
vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Thank you, Minister Green, for those good words. All right, we've got one more speaker. Rob, I'd like to call you up, and after that, I'll give you instructions for how we're going to march.
Damn right. And I'm right behind you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Melina.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Difficult to follow such a fire speech from Reverend Green. Thank you, Reverend Green. One more round of applause.
Yeah.
And I also want to start by commending everyone here, saluting everyone here for coming out in the wet and the cold, and making it known that you stand in solidarity with all of our neighbors. And that you know what it feels like to be in solidarity with each other, how powerful that can be. And now that you've had that feeling, right? Maybe it's your first time you've had that feeling. Let me tell you, like a lot of things in life, the first step is the hardest step. So we have come out today. We have come out to say that we're ready to fight. We're willing to fight. We stand on the side of righteousness. We stand with those throughout our history who have fought and struggled for what is right. So I commend you. And, you know, we're here today, too, to signal that when they come into our communities, when they abduct our neighbors, when they brutalize and terrorize our neighborhoods, we don't just, what they want us to do is just pretend it didn't happen.
No way.
They want us to just let it be normalized, but we refuse to do that.
No, sir.
We are going to come out. We are going to say that it's known. We know that the police colluded with ICE. Yes. We know that's how they roll. We're not going to let it just keep going, right? So even though there's bad news, there's some good news as well. And, you know, we mentioned it a few times already today. We can see the shape of that good news forming in what happened in Minnesota.
That's right. That's right.
There was a great victory that was won by the people in Minnesota. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. Let's remember who made that victory. You know, as much as we love our local elections, We love those politicians who stand with us. We love those who are engaged in the trenches of electoral politics. But let's not kid ourselves. It is not the elites of the Democratic Party that won that victory.
Oh, no.
It is not the mayor. It is not the governor who won. It is the masses of people who stood up. They stood up together. They had each other's backs. They organized in the thousands and the hundreds of thousands and into the millions in Minneapolis and all around Minnesota to win that great victory.
They led the way.
That's right. They're leading the way. They led the way. And let's not forget, the Gestapo cosplayer Bovino, he's out. The dog-killing psychopath Kristi Noem, she's out. That's it's a small victory, honestly, because they're still kidnapping people. They're still brutalizing people.
And they're killing people.
Yeah, they're killing people. There are thousands of people in detention under absolutely horrifying conditions. It needs to stop now. It needs to stop soonest. We need to build a movement that can stop it. And Minnesota shows us the way. It shows us that it's going to take everybody. It's going to take all of us coming out. It's going to take us forming new kinds of society, new kinds of community, understanding each other on a new level, understanding our history on a new level. Right? That is what is going to change our consciousness and change our reality. I think we're going to have to do this. I don't think we're going to have a choice. Everyone knows that there's a major war happening. We are entering the 4th week of a major war. No matter what they tell you, no matter what they say about how this war started, it was a war of choice. It was a war of aggression. It is a war of aggression. It was a war that they planned for many months. We know this now. We know that Donald Trump told Lockheed Martin to increase the number of missile interceptors that they were building way back last fall. It's an absolute myth that it just sort of happened. This is a war of choice. It is a war of aggression. It is already having catastrophic effects on this world, and it will have catastrophic effects on our lives, on our economy. That is coming. There's no way to stop it now. Even if the war were to stop today, there's no way to stop the effects.
Send ICE to fight in Iran.
No. No.
Let's
No.
arrest ICE. Let's give them a taste of their own medicine, but let's stop the war on Iran. Let's stop it. The only people who can stop it are us. That's our job. That's what we have to do. That's right. And you know what? Donald Trump and the other capitalist elites that started this war, they know that it's going to have devastating impacts on the American people. They know that. Whatever they say, he says one thing one time and another thing a couple hours later. He's saying things to manipulate the markets. He's saying things to divide us and keep us confused. Let's not be confused. He doesn't care about us.
He's the one that's confused.
Yeah.
That's right. They don't care about us. The stockholders of Lockheed Martin, who are going to make money off of this, they don't care about us either. As long as the people who have rigged the system and knew the war was coming and knew they could place bets on the war to become rich at our expense, they're going to get theirs while we suffer, and they know it. How do we defeat them? We defeat them by building a mass movement. The way they've showed us in Minnesota shows us also how to defeat the larger project. Right? The larger project is about a world war. It's about changing the system of government in this country to a far more authoritarian right-wing system. We can't wait for elections, friends. We have to mobilize now. Right? We have to build mass organizations that will be able to run at capacity when it's not just us. We are the pioneers, actually. We are, sorry to use a loaded word, we are the vanguard. We are the ones in front. We are the ones who know what's coming and know what has to be done. We have to become the ones to educate the rest of our friends and neighbors and our parishioners and the people we see every week at church or in work, the people that we hang out with, our families, our friends. We have to be the ones to educate people about how to get involved when they realize that they have to, and they will. They will. Many hundreds of thousands, many millions of people in the tens of millions in this country will mobilize and will build mass organizations that turn this ship around. But that is the only thing that will do it. Otherwise, we are at their mercy. Otherwise, we will see the brutalities and the horrors increase. So, friends, thank you for being here. And I'm
Thank you.
well, thank you to the organizers. Thank you to the other speakers. And together we can
Why would
win.
you say that to me?
I don't want anybody going over the wall.
I don't want anybody either.
And I certainly wouldn't want ICE going over there for us because they represent us. I don't want ICE
Get the
involved
shit
with that.
bombed out of me, which is fine with me.
Thank you.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop.
Ain't no power like the power of the people. 'Cause the power of the people don't stop.
All right, give a round of applause for Rob from the Party for Socialism and Liberation, Finger Lake. All right, friends, are you ready to march? All right, the march will warm us up. It'll help us feel our power together. We're going to do a sidewalk march. We're going to walk down a few blocks to the location, to about 80 West Main Street, which is where our neighbors were taken. We're going to plant a butterfly to symbolize freedom, and then we're going to disperse there and make our ways back leisurely and safely. We're going to cross 2 streets. We have street marshals who will stop the traffic for us. You can go ahead and start lining up. We want the banners at the front so we can have some nice visuals. And we're going to leave a couple people here at the table, so if you don't feel up to walking, you're welcome to hover under the tent and talk to some cool folks.
All right, I'm going to sign off for now and join the march here. Folks, I hope you're listening to the words that were said here. They were very important. Oh, you're good. This is a continuation of what we started last year. We're going to continue until we have the nation that we are promised by our Constitution. I keep saying those words, and I really do mean it. All right, I'm going to join the march now. Take care.